Over these few weeks, we're taking a look at Teacher SEL. Why? Well, it's a vital part of what we need today as teachers, and it's certainly a huge piece of SEL, social, emotional, artistic learning. So plug yourself in and let's get rocking. Hello and welcome to the Inspired Classrooms podcast. My name's Elizabeth Peterson. I'm your host, and we are in the midst of talking about setting healthy boundaries for teachers. Today, we're focusing on lunchtime. Yep, we've talked about email, we've talked about the ever-loaded school bag, and today we're going to look at our lunchtime, because your lunchtime is probably this short little speck in your day, but it's yours. And I really want to emphasize, this is your lunchtime. If for some reason you are working in a situation where your lunchtime is not your own, you need to seek out how to fix that. I'd actually be very interested to hear what your story is. What's behind the fact that you do not have an actual lunchtime? Because I have been in contact with some teachers where that seems to be the actual case. But my experience is that a great majority, like 95% of the teachers that I talk to, and I talk to a lot, they are given a duty-free lunch break. And that time is yours. Okay, I think I've made that clear. Now, just like with what we talked about with the emails and the school bag, I want you to think about how you really want to spend your lunch time. And this could change with whatever's going on in your life. It could change with whatever's going on in the time frame of your school year. But I do want you to actually take some time and think about how you use your lunchtime. This, again, I've talked about this the last couple episodes. This is an important part of Teacher SEL in terms of your self-awareness, knowing what you actually need during that time and being empowered enough to actually go ahead and use it for that time. I'm going to go over some suggestions about lunchtime, and I'd really be curious to hear from you guys what resonates with you in terms of how you use or how you want to start using your lunchtime. All right, so the first suggestion is to just plain old sit and eat. It may be a little surprising for some of you to think, okay, I guess I could really just sit and eat, but just enjoy your lunch break. It's a healthy way to think about, eating habits as well. It's a healthy thing for you to do, to sit and enjoy what you're eating, what you're actually putting inside of your mouth. I feel like too often we're rushed around to get things ready, to make calls, to correct papers, when in reality, you need to take the break that you have been given, right? Another suggestion, when you sit and eat, maybe you spend it with some good people. Now, the teacher's lunchroom can be a tricky thing, because eating in a lunchroom of sarcasm, it really isn't a good idea, right? You want to surround yourself with positivity. And this might mean that you have to actually seek out some good people that you work with to eat lunch with, but it's worth it. Just this past week, I was forced out of my classroom. I usually eat inside my classroom during my lunch break, but we had indoor recess because it was just too cold outside to bring anybody outside for a recess. And so I left my classroom and I ate in the teacher's room, and I sat down with some women that I just don't get to see otherwise. It was a group of first grade teachers that I absolutely love and adore. They're such wonderful people, and I just was able to sit and listen to their conversation and see some family pictures and and just enjoy their company. And it was quite nice, a nice little lunch break to be with some good quality people that I actually enjoy being with. All right, here's another one. Get moving. Listen, your lunch break is yours. If you don't want to spend the whole time eating, that's okay. If you're actually allowed, you can actually take the opportunity to get out of the building. When the weather is nice, I love doing this. I will go out, I just go down the driveway. I go walk up and down the street and then come back about a 10 or so minute walk. Maybe you can take a lap around the school. Maybe you can grab a friend and take a quick walk with them, because movement will help you so much, right? Movement helps our kids throughout the day, and hopefully you're allowing for that inside your classroom. I'm sure we'll talk about that in a future episode. But movement helps us as well. And like I said, when the weather is nice, I'll usually eat my lunch and then go for a walk, or vice versa, depending on, whatever the situation is. But remember, this lunch break is yours. So if you can get out and come back in and just enjoy some of the weather, some of the fresh air, that is huge. That can be such a huge, nice thing to do. Another suggestion, and I know some of you have already taken this suggestion without me even saying it, and that is get something done. Because you know what? I'm a realist. I am a practical girl. I know that sometimes you need to use your lunch break to make copies or prep up your classroom or just do something other than eat. And listen, that's okay too, because every once in a while, that's what you need to do. The only thing that I'm going to say this, right? The only thing you need to be wary of is making that a habit and not giving yourself that opportunity to sit and enjoy your food. Because like I kind of alluded to at the beginning of this episode, giving your body that time to sit and eat and allow your brain to know that's what you're doing, that can help with your overall health as well. Now, I'm no health expert. But I do know a few things, and I know that giving your body and your brain a chance to sit and enjoy the food is a healthy habit for you to have as well. And me too. I'm in this too. So every once in a while, if you need to get something done, obviously that's okay. Just be careful not to make it too much of a habit. Now, every so often, it's good to take a moment and think about how you are actually using your lunchtime. Assess if it's working, and just make adjustments as you need. So listening to this now, take that little self-awareness moment where you can think about how it is that you spend your lunchtime. All right, and one final thing, I want to encourage you, maybe challenge you. I don't know. Encourage you, I think, is a better word for this one. And I want to encourage you to maybe make something fun happen at lunchtime every once in a while. One thing that I look forward to every so often, and it really only happens maybe once, twice, maybe 3 times in a school year, but that is to order in. Get a few of your teacher buddies to order from a local place and have them deliver it to your school. It is such a nice thing not to have to bring lunch to school and to get something that's really fun to eat, and maybe even sit around and eat it with your buddies. So ordering in can be something fun. And here's another example. I want to share this with you. A number of years ago, the 3rd and 4th grade teachers that I work with actually ended up doing a potluck lunch for Christmas time. So instead of exchanging gifts and things like that, we decided that we were going to make it happen, that all of us were able to sit down, even if it was for like a solid 15 minutes, for us all to actually be seated together and have a potluck lunch where we all brought something fun to eat, and we shared and we talked and we sat down with each other. It took a little work. We moved duties around. We, finagled this and maneuvered that, and we figured it out so that we could sit down for a 30-minute lunch, but I think we got like about 15 minutes of us actually all together at the same time. And we enjoyed each other's company so much. It was so enjoyable, I actually still remember it, and I'm pretty sure that was about 6 or 7 years ago. Time flies, but those memories are long-standing, aren't they? So think about how you can make a little bit more excitement happen at your lunchtime so that it is something that you can enjoy. All right, so setting boundaries, healthy boundaries. If you haven't checked out some of the other episodes where I talk about setting boundaries with email, setting boundaries with your school bag, please go back and check those out. And all the wonderful episodes that we have about Teacher SEL, which is a huge part of making sure that you're enjoying your job. All right, that's it for me for today. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Thanks so much for listening. Please be sure to subscribe as we continue talking about arts, learning, and in this collection of episodes, Teacher SEL. Teacher SEL is an important part of SEAL, social, emotional, artistic learning, where we believe in investing in the teacher so that they can make the greatest impact on their students. If you want to learn more, go to teachsel.com. My name's Elizabeth Peterson, reminding you to get inspired so that you can be inspiring to your students.